And back, next episode of your Cox, transgender hate mail, homosexual hate mail, atheist hate mail. Basically, when you actually a bunch of screencasts on YouTube and DeviantArt that are response comments, I made against these deviant lifestyles, and a few other things. Trigger warning: if you don't like what I'm saying, go ahead, click off the video. If you're not lying, there's hate speech for my videos, because there is no hate speech for my videos. It's speech you hate, that's a different story. Let's continue on with people getting these wrong with these comment sections, and me trying to straighten them out about versus basic biology, and then they take off about that. Yes, let's continue on here. Basically, we have someone who's very angry and told lies about how bad things are in life. Trying to hate on me because I'm saying that we don't need to have, or people don't need to have abortions. You know, you can actually raise those kids to term. Oh, give them, basically, have those children. If the girl's pregnant, she can actually raise that baby, keep that baby. Basically raise it, let the baby grow to full term, and then give birth to it, and then give it to someone who give it to a family who wants it. You can, or raise it yourself. Whatever the case is, there are ways to do that stuff that makes more sense than abortion, and of course it's killing a child. So yeah, don't do that. But this person said, but all the bad things in the world, I was told lies. I was told that there's too many people in the world. There's too many people, so we gotta kill them. We gotta kill the babies, kill them. So there's not enough. So there's not too many people in the world anymore. I'm like, no, that's not how that works. But what about all the housing issues? What about all these people that are poor and homeless? Yeah, there's reasons for that that have nothing to do with the fact that there's too many people on Earth. There's not. But here's the issue: there's too many people in certain places on Earth, yes, but not too many people on Earth. And also, we're working on making it so we can go to other planets too. We're working on that. But while we work on that, there's other stuff we can do. Namely, you can learn to live in certain places. I have this house here. Me and my mother and my brother live in this house here. Okay? It is a, let's say here. I'd say a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, but with a finished attic and a basement. So, and a basement, pretty good size guy, We do live in a place where there is a lot of houses. It's a suburb, kind of, We live in a suburb. I could say that, there are 5 billion suburbs, try to narrow that down. There are suburbs, right? But then there's like, urban stuff where there's apartment complexes, huge things, huge high sky-rise apartment complexes. There's other places in the country where there's like acres of land, miles of land, where there's one family living on acres of land, farming or not, whatever. There's, people who actually do live live on, well, in the ocean, actually. They're working on making the ocean livable, working on making deserts and tundras livable. There's all kinds of stuff going on. So, no, we're not overpopulated. But we do need to work on our stuff. We need education. I was saying last time, we need work on our education, not murder, not killing our species. We need to work on education here. That's what we need to do. But this person has been told all kinds of lies about this stuff, so let's go through them and refute them. Where are we? Let's see. Oh, yeah. Dark truth. Let's see here. They're being every single way. The truth is, the truth that's wrong is that we are dangerously overpopulated through lies. WWHER killing the only place that we can live on at this moment. Some people are, yes, but we can fight against that. So let's go. Kids like you are part of the problem. Your 40-year-old kid repeating what your religion or what your parents or guardians say is a problem. Ignore that. I'm doing the same thing. You're not only looking at the facts. Not looking at the facts that I like. You're not looking for reasonings because your brain isn't developed enough through lies. Get your head out of your behind. I could say the same of you. Let's go. And you say, I'm using emotions for my argument. I say, what do you call all that? And yes, bad things can happen in life, but that doesn't mean it will. It would be better to give people a chance to live instead of aborting them because something bad could happen to them. Also, there are many foods babies can eat, and there are many places people can live. Things are not as bad as some people say they are. That's what I say. Someone says, okay, bad things will always happen. Can happen, yes. That's a fact. And we don't have enough baby formula. There's other things they can eat. That isn't going to cause them harm. we had to get formula from different countries, lies that actually matter. Countries, no constant, no very periods are weird. The stuff is not right here. Look at this. Different countries, lies that actually matter at the time died because of it, and there isn't all that many places to live. We haven't found a planet close enough to get right to go to right, nor do we have the resources that we need. Again, we're on a sentence. There's the moon and Mars. We're working on those. There's the moon and Mars, friends. We're working on that stuff. All right. Let them work on that while we work on other stuff. Also, there's the oceans, tundras, and all kinds of other places. Sky. There's places. Orbit. We're figuring out. So it's all right. Crap don't work. Let's go. Let's see here. The only other resources that we need through lies. Abortion saves lives by killing them. That matter more than a couple of small cells. That's a life that's feeding off a body that doesn't want it or can't have it through lies. You're looking at anything that is actually going on get off the internet. You are looking at anything that's actually going on. You aren't looking at anything that's actually going on. No, you aren't. Get off the internet. You are too young. Your last statement shows how willfully ignorant you really are. Yes, it does. It shows how willfully ignorant that you are. And I say, and yet babies can eat and drink more than their formula. Lots of foods is thrown away and could be eaten instead. Yes, I work at a restaurant. I know that. I throw away pounds of food every day. I used to collect it until they said I couldn't do that no more. Because they're afraid of being sued by me if I get sick on it. But I'm like, I'm not going to sue you. But they're like, we don't care. But they're so afraid, like this person. They're so afraid of what could happen that they mess up a lot of stuff. Same stuff here. Let's go here. They say, like, cells is a baby. That's why they are killed. People are afraid that they will have to change the way they live because of them, and yet they made them by living irresponsibly. Maybe living more responsibly is the answer, not abortion. Tough one for the angry, the leftists, the woke DI pushers. Yep. They shouldn't be consuming it. Through lies. Most people from there in America and Africa have some to be the cause for many babies' health problems through lies. Once again, showing that you are ignorant. Once again, showing you are ignorant. And a baby can't eat normal food for 6 months, according to this book I read. Even though they may have to be one formula. Even then, they have to be one formula. What about a newborn? How they eat? Formula, yes, but also other things. Excuse me. Everyone can breastfeed, so that newborn will have to be on formula or something else. And we don't have enough. We don't have enough, according to lies. Still, and that couple of cells is a fetus baby. A baby is out of the womb. The baby is in there. How did it get out of there? Oh yeah, it came out of the womb, so it was in there. That's the rationalization. That's one of the things I hate about this stuff. The rationalization. It's like, yeah, it's not a baby because it's still in the womb. It's like, pop, my baby's out. It was like, it's a baby now. It's a baby now. I'm like, yeah. There's another one. And he's like, what? That one's not out of the womb. It's not a baby. Even though it looks exactly like the one that's out of the womb. Like, what's wrong with you guys? Well, next. Out of the body. Well, fetuses have to have a host to live. Yeah, because that's how humans work. And end up killing its host if the host is not doing things right. If you don't understand basic vocabulary, then don't act like don't have that change. I'm pretty sure that the mother wants their child not a assault baby, that if the assault baby even survived. Look at Canada. They're really safe and offer abortions and has helped them through lies. Helped kill them, yes, through lies. Why can't we be more like Canada? Because that's effed up. Don't do that. And some people shouldn't have the responsibility. Yeah, but then stop doing that. Responsibility just won't magically change someone who is mentally ill, a bad person, substance abuser, a child, someone who doesn't want enough money. No comments. So shouldn't give birth because they would die. You're still not using logic that I like. I'm using logic that I don't like. That you don't like. Yeah, I said that babies can have other foods and drink the formula. You gave a diluted prune juice to one of our roommate's kids to help him be able to go to the bathroom. Babies can drink prune juice, can eat soft food, so a formula shortage is not the end of the world. Also, you keep saying a fetus is a parasite, and while that's technically true, I argue that babies who are born are even worse. With a baby, a pregnant woman just has to eat to feed it. With a newborn baby, you have to go buy food and drink for it to eat. Yeah. Hello. Sorry. Crap don't work. Go. Okay, you are stupid. Yeah. I'm going by emotion. I'm saying you're going by emotion, but I'm going by emotion. Yeah, that's what I said. You can't write out of the womb eating baby food. No, but you can eat some stuff. You need formula or breast milk. We'll see here. That's why we give giving a baby a little formula is called feeding, and why the mother gives breast milk is called breastfeeding. Yes. according to books I was told. The dietary guidelines, I told you, book, all book on the street. The dietary guidelines for Americans and the American Academy of Pediatrics recommend children be introduced to foods other than breast milk or infant formula when they are 6 months old, and that's not happening. That did not happen with our roommates' kids.